Hi everybody, this is Claire Brown. I'm a National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach from Winter Garden, Florida, where I work with a nephrology practice that's kidney doctors to the rest of us. And we really focus on lifestyle medicine for our patients to help them attain wellness, reach their optimal point of health while limiting medications as much as possible. So as part of that journey for us, we really push movement. That's why we do sponsor Walk with the Doc walks throughout the year. Unfortunately, right now COVID-19 has kind of put us back a little bit, but we've done a lot of virtual walks, and that's why I was super excited to participate in this Mount Kilimanjaro challenge. I haven't been walking as much as I should either. Another pillar of health that we focus on is really helping our patients move towards a more plant-based diet. Those plant foods are really what's helping them get their blood pressure under control, bring their kidney function up. It's hydrating. Obviously, cutting salt is a big one for us. So today we're gonna walk in my backyard. And also, I'm gonna make a quick smoothie because I don't know about you, but I always need a little burst of energy before I'm gonna do any kind of activity, or even if I'm gonna sit on the couch. So what I like to say is eating food is usually the best choice. But for some of us, we're on the run, or maybe we don't even love greens as much as we should, or even fruits. And so making a smoothie can really help to pack that really whole plant, high fiber, high nutrition food into our day if we kind of find it hard. And sometimes we just like the taste of it, right? So I'm gonna throw just about everything I can think of in here. And what I like to let people know is the right way to make anything, whether it's soup or a smoothie or dinner or breakfast or lunch, is the way you like it. So if I throw something in here that looks gross, then don't use it, at least not the first time. Put something in that you like. It's a great way to clean out your fridge because I know there's always leftover stuff at the end of the day. So that's where I'm gonna start. I don't know about you, but I love grapes. These are awesome ones. They're now in the markets. They're called Moondrop. I love them at Halloween time because they're kind of gross and weird looking. And at the end of the bag, they get a little shrivelly and you don't really want to pop one in your mouth, right? So that's when I start just chucking them in the blender because I don't like to throw anything away. Even the stem will go in my compost pile. Celery, this is kind of worse for wear. It's not the pretty kind that I'm gonna dip in hummus or chop up into my stew. It's kind of the wimpy, yellowy part that's been in the fridge for a couple weeks. In it goes. I've got a mandarin orange. We actually have these at our practice for the patients, and this one's been sitting out for a little while, so I said, oh, well, I'll eat it. I don't mind. It's gonna give it a little burst of flavor. Green apple goes into everything. Green apple has a nice sweet tart flavor, so yeah, it goes great in a smoothie, but it also goes great in oatmeal, soups, stews, rice, anything you can think of. It just gives you a little bit of a fresh crunch, and it's not sweet, it's got that tart side, so it goes great with savory foods. Let me see, I've got a knife. I'm gonna do this super quick. Oh, I don't want the seed. All right. The next thing that's going in is gonna be collard greens. And you can see these are really pretty. They're small. They're not the kind you usually find at the market. That's because I raided my garden. I actually was out of greens in the fridge. There was no spinach, no kale, but I've got some sort of wimpy collard plants left over from last year. So there go our collard greens. My last fruit that I'm adding to this smoothie is my favorite, and that's the avocado. Avocados are awesome because they have a really rich, fatty texture, but they are filled, packed full of nutrition. Tons of fiber. They've got protein, highest protein of any fruit. They are, because they're so soft and luscious, they give a creaminess to the smoothie. And you've got the whole alphabet soup of vitamins, A, B, C, E. We've got omega-3s, monounsaturated fats. Anything that you can think of that your doctor told you should be getting more of, you can get in this avocado. Those are the healthy fats that your doctor isn't so scared of, right? And I'm gonna give you two little hints on how to use them. If you see the top of this avocado has like a little piece of the stem left, I don't know what you actually call that. I probably should have looked it up before I started this. If you can take your thumb and just kind of push it off like that, see how it came right off? Your avocado is ready to eat. If it's sort of sticking on there, you might want to give it another day if you've got the time, because it's going to be a little bit hard. All right, I just slid down the middle and I'm going to twist and open. This one's got a little bit of dark spots on it, but you know what? I don't really care. It's going to go in the smoothie. Nobody will ever know. I have a secret. These avocado pits, I used to try to you're gonna laugh. I used to try to grow them like you did when you were a kid, right? You put the toothpicks in, you suspended them in water, and it never ever worked. And I finally I gave up. I said, okay, forget it. I'll just have to buy my avocados at the market. And I threw them in my compost bin. And I threw them in my gardening beds before I filled them with dirt for the year. And now I've got avocado trees growing everywhere. Unfortunately, they're not going to have avocados on them for a few years, but I've got plenty of them once that time comes around. All right, the last thing I've got is a little more green. That collard greens is a little wimpy for me. My whole goal is to shove as many greens in here as possible. I have moringa. This is something you might be able to buy fresh. They've got tons of it, you know, in bags in Whole Foods or wherever, dried. But I'm lucky. I live in Florida. It's beautiful here and sunny. Right now, this time of year, it's even a little cool and we can go outside and not be sweating so much. And these grow like crazy. It basically grows like a weed. These have all kinds of nutrition. So in addition to that avocado and all those delicious fruits, maybe I'll even run a little. You don't know me very well, but that's probably not gonna happen. I'll walk fast. The last thing is I'm gonna make it easy and add some frozen fruit. This is kind of a big bag, so I don't need too many, but this really is an easy way to give you that sort of sweet base. I'm using water. A lot of smoothie recipes that you find online will probably say, I don't know, use, you know, almond milk or yogurt or something like that. I stick with water. I'm not trying to push too many calories in here. It's already got a lot of, you know, calories and nutrition going on. I don't need to add more. But that avocado is going to give it the creaminess you would have gotten from those other dairy or non-dairy type switch outs. So let's see how this goes, because I'm ready to walk. Let's see if my plug's working. Ah, great. I'm not going to make you listen to that blender too long, and I truthfully don't mind a chunky smoothie. Like a salad in a bowl, right? All right. I didn't bring a cup for myself. Well, luckily there's no one I have to share it with. Yummo. I know it may seem crazy, but that avocado just gives it that little bit of creaminess. It's not too sweet. I used maybe half a bag of this fruit. I could have probably put even another handful of kale or greens in there, but like I said, my cupboard is bare. Let's go take a walk around my garden so we can get our steps in and get started on our Kilimanjaro trek. All right, well, I don't have a selfie stick. It's just me. And my garden is a little worse for wear because in Florida in the summer, it's really too hot to do a whole lot out here. And most things don't love it. The weeds will grow, but even with the rain, it's just a little too hot for a lot of those veggies and kind of fancy plants. Luckily, I like weeds, and I try to find a way to use them whenever I can. I am so excited about this challenge because I love to walk, and I really do love going out for our walk with the docs with our patients and the community. But the truth is, you know, a lot of us are working, including me, busy all the time. When I come home, I've got other things to do. I got to make dinner, or I have projects I'm working on. So I don't always have time to make that concerted effort to just go to the park. I'll take my dogs out, right? But that's not usually an extended walk. They're kind of wimpy, so they make it a few times around the block and then we're headed home. So what I like is that I can come out here in the beautiful fall weather and garden and get my steps in. And that's really what I'm here to remind you of, is you don't have to be necessarily walking. It doesn't have to be like you're counting your steps on your watch or on your phone. You could be bicycle riding, you can be doing yoga, you can be pulling weeds, and the benefit of that too is if you're pulling weeds, you're doing those squats and making your garden pretty. So let's take a quick walk. I do want to show you a couple things that I love. I do love pollinators, so I've got lots of butterfly plants, and luckily those are weeds and things that grow really easily. But I also have, here's my collards, and you can see they're a little worse for wear. They're kind of like trees at this point because they've been around. I guess I should have turned my phone around the other way. That's the one I cut off the top so that we could have collards in our smoothies. But you can grow a collard plant on your balcony. They will survive anything. I have had these planted here for probably 9 months. I never water them. I barely take care of them, and they always survive. They make it through to the next rainfall, and then they perk up again. Kale is very similar, but something about collards really, you know, is extra special. Here's that moringa that I was gonna show you. Let's see if I can flip this. Oh, it won't let me flip in the middle of the video. Ah, backwards. There we go. It's way up there. Look how tall that moringa is. And even if you don't live in a tropical or subtropical location, you can grow moringa in a pot. Even though that's a huge tree, you can kind of keep them small, and then in the winter bring it inside. They will die if you leave them out to freeze, but you can, you know, grow them. If you cut them back a lot, because you can use moringa leaves and everything, then you can keep one year round. And sweet potatoes, my favorite. Oops. You can see that they're interspersed with some with some weeds because I haven't been out here to weed, but that's the great thing about some of these vegetable plants and weedy plants that grow no matter what you do. I've got plenty of other things, but we need to get walking, and I need to start pulling some of these weeds. Plus my dogs are ready to go crazy because I haven't let them outside. So thank you again for joining us. I really look forward to trekking Mount Kilimanjaro with everybody. Hold me to it. Find me on that, I don't know, whatever list they're having, and say, hey, Claire, you owe us a few miles because I probably will fall behind and have to make it all up at the end. Enjoy. Thank you so much. Go walk with a duck.